Americans are uncomfortable with returning to the workplace as more states start to reopen their economies. That's according to a new poll. The reopening of businesses has raised questions on how will they follow social distancing guidelines. Recently, I talked with business strategist Mark Fenner about how that new poll is perceived and how companies can keep their workers safe while on the job. Mark, thanks for joining us tonight. A recent poll found that 66% of Americans do not want to return to their workplace. 63% said that they want assurance from the CDC that it's safe to return to work. Those are some pretty large numbers. What do you think about that, and why do you think it is like that?
Well, I think people are still scared and nervous. There's a lot of news that's still talking about growing cases and what have you. And so I think in the short term, companies have got to do a great job putting their employees at ease, putting the precautions in place, letting them see that they've done everything they can do to keep them safe. And then don't bring back the people that don't want to come back. Start with the people who do want to come back and then work into it over the next 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah, and some states are even saying that those who refuse to return to work may not get their unemployment benefits. Why is that?
Well, I think that's what they're saying right now. I think some of those are going to be loosened. I think they're just having to kind of work through it right now. But I do think at some point, and again, I think this is going to be a 4 to 6 week process. But at some point, companies have got to serve their customers, and those that want to come to work need to come to work. And then those that are not going to get comfortable at some point, those organizations are going to have to make a difficult decision.
Yeah, companies are making some tough choices right now. How are companies changing the way that business is done inside of the workplace?
Well, I think they're social distancing. I mean, they're doing a ton of cleaning and what have you. I've got a client that started a company called COVID Defense Products who's selling the acrylic separators between desks to help, keep germ movement down to a minimum. And then, a lot of my clients are also doing a phased approach. So they're either doing A-B teams, on A team in on one day, B on the other. I've got a client that did a survey, and anybody that's not comfortable in coming back can continue to work from home, and those that want to come back are coming into the office. And they're doing a phased approach, again, hoping by the middle of June they have everybody back, kind of back to whatever this new normal looks like.
Yeah, well, in your opinion, what is the best way to reopen and protect employees?
Well, I think that strategy is a good one. Talk to your employees. Here's the thing. The decisions that are made during this pandemic are either going to strengthen you or weaken you as a leader. And so listen to your people. I mean, the number one job of a leader is to take care of our people. So listen to your people, understand their concerns, put a plan together that's for the greater good of society, greater good of your employees, and the good for you as a business owner, whatever business you're in, and work into it over a phased approach. Don't try to just jump all in at once. Phase into it is my recommendation.
Yeah, well, should bosses order their employees to come back to work, or in your opinion, should they give them the option from working from home a little longer?
Well, I like the option of working from home a little bit longer if they can. I mean, and if you're in the restaurant business, that's not an option. If you're in the restaurant business, I would first go out and say, who wants to come back to work? Most restaurants are opening at limited capacity anyway, so you don't need everybody. So start with those that are eager to get back in, that want to come to work. Those that are nervous because either for themselves or for relatives, let them phase themselves in, and think about a phased approach over the next 4 to 6 weeks.